Hi, Trina.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. I feel good.
Well, you have a bright smile, and you actually have a lot going for you, and I'm here to support you around the career side of things. I'm the career guy. So, first off, just in the story that that's come out so far, it sounds like this all began when you lost your job. This kind of slide of unfortunate events.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah. So one question I have for you is, well, first off, would you be willing that this could have been the best thing that ever happened to you?
You know, in the first year that I was laid off, I thought that. And then the second year, I was a little bit unsure. Now I'm just kind of like, it's not so good anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like I used to think that, like you lose your job, 6 months, you're back and you got an even better job, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. But now I'm just like, I'm not so sure anymore.
Well, and you know what? I don't mean to dismiss, or discount the obvious feeling of loss and everything around it. But a lot that's come out in your story is that you kind of were, I don't know if you were tired of it, but you felt like you were tied there. It's kind of like golden handcuffs. You were tied in the job, and you were staying there because of the money.
Yeah.
And yet there were passions and things from your past. You had a journalism degree. You said that writing is something that you're interested in. And just in my experience, I find that the universe listens. When people are a little bit like disenfranchised or whatever from their job, the universe tends to listen. And so when I say, are you willing that this could be the best thing that ever happened to you? If we don't base it so much on the results that have happened thus far, but based on the fact that this could open you up to something brand new if you follow through. I mean, you had a lot of sucker punches coming after you lost your job, right? Mm-hmm. So it's easy to kind of start thinking, well, nothing's working, right?
Yeah.
I personally, and this is just my thinking on this, I think you've got a huge opportunity to reinvent on a ton of levels. So you have a great support team here that's going to help you in all those areas. But what I want to speak to you about specifically is around the job and around the career. It sounds like you were kind of a superstar, got sales awards. You came home every day feeling good about yourself, met your quotas, exceeded your quotas, things like that. What's happened? What does your day look like since you lost your job?
Now, since I've lost my job, I've kind of been like just homemaker. I get up, I take the kids to school, make their lunch, dinner, volunteer at school, come home, pick them up at 3, do some house cleaning after I drop them off, maybe watch a couple TV shows that I have taped.
Okay.
But very just, not, just very sluggish, like I feel like I'm not using, what I have.
Yeah. Well, you definitely don't end the day with a sense of productivity, right? When you were meeting or exceeding quotas and getting your awards and everything. So one question I have is, have you ever heard the phrase that looking for a job is a job? Okay. So what implied by that is, because a lot of times if people are laid off, they're not working, all of a sudden the honeydews come out. Honey, can you do this? Honey, can you do that? And then your whole day is gone. You don't know how you even worked.
Yeah.
One thing I would ask is, first off, what are you doing around job search? Because you named a whole lot of things there, but nothing in what you said involved job search. So what are you doing around that?
I've signed up at Career Builder, I've done some internet, but the internet is just, I never get any feedback. If I apply for a job in my industry, I definitely will get some hits, but because retail is so slow, there isn't a lot out there.
Right.
But when I send my resume that way, instant. But when I send it trying to get another marketing or another sales job in another field, if you didn't work at Target before you go to Walmart, then they don't want to look at me.
Well, one thing I want to distinguish for you, and first off, you're doing what most people do. So I just want to acknowledge that it's not different from most people, okay? In regular times, rudimentary job search skills will get you by, applying for things online. These aren't regular times, okay? So it really requires doing something different, okay? So first off, I want to say that what I'd like to see you begin to look at is constructing your day around a new job. The job is getting a job. And so that means that you actually piece your day out the same way you would have when you were working for Diesel, okay? I don't know what that day looked like, but if you were working 4 hours in the morning and then you took lunch and then you worked 4 hours in the afternoon and then you worked with your kids on their homework, I want you to have that same structure. It's just that each of those 4-hour sections are specifically focused on looking for a job. And the tough thing will be to have the kids realize that mommy's got to do that. So that means you've got to actually divorce yourself from the kids. You got to have an office. You got to set yourself up separate from them. And you got to, what are their names?
Christian and Connor.
Christian and Connor. You got to tell Christian, look, if Connor's bleeding on the floor, interrupt me. Otherwise, you need to let mommy do her work, okay? So that's the first thing, is we need to get a structure for you. And the other thing that I want to see support you with is getting some kind of benchmarks in place so that each day you can feel that you accomplished something. Because see, right now at the end of each day, if you don't have a job, it's like, you know, you feel like a loser, right?
Yeah.
Whereas what we want to do is come up with specific steps that are moving you towards it so you can end each day feeling like, okay, I'm moving there, okay?
Yeah.
Then the other thing that we want to start talking about is about what I would call front door versus back door job search.